What's up, ladies and gentlemen, YouTube, everybody out there? It's Philip20, and I'm back. So, today, we're doing a review for a quality sanders product. The Quality Sanders brand is one of the most interesting brands I've ever heard of. It screams quality. So, let's get started. So here is our Quality Sanders sander. This is the front plate that fits on the D plate. This sands, and I'm going to get some of these names mixed up because I'm not a sander and I've never been a knife maker. It's supposed to be a knife maker sander. This is the front plate where, you put against it if, you remove the wheel that I purchased as an accessory from Amazon. This is unrelated to the Quality Sanders brand. This is the type of equipment you get with Quality Sanders. So, this plate actually fits right here. The funny thing about this plate, though, is it never fit. So I literally had to cut. You can see where the paint's gone. I literally had to cut this, re-weld it. You can see where it wasn't in a line. The holes was never in a line. For instance, you can see where the hole would have been sticking out. You see that? There's that hole there. That means you would have never gotten a nut and bolt and washer on there straight. The same problem was this side as well. So if you look straight, you can see the hole is still right there. So Quality Sanders brand, they from Morristown, Tennessee, they go ahead and do a really shitty job of manufacturing my first front plate here. So what I've done is I cut it and then I angled it and I welded it together. Now, I'm not a welder, so don't think that I'm a good welder. I'm not bragging about welding. I'm just moving it to where it's functional. Okay. Next thing is, whenever you put this on, the hole for this here, this bolt fits in like so, and then this is supposed to fit in there, right? But if you want to recess this just a smidgen in, it drags on the wheel. So the bolts will drag on the wheel. Now, the funniest thing is, he made a few of these wheels. He made 3 for the tracking, and then 1 for the motor, which if you go back and I'll link in the description, I will add that link in the description so you can go back and see the previous video of the motor that I had asked to put on there. So he was selling these with one of these motors here. Okay, see this motor? But mine had the 3-phase 5 horsepower motor. This is a DC motor. I mean, it's nothing super fancy. And, I had to make my own pulley for it. But look at how that spins. See how nice this spins? And then, if you take his, I don't know if you could see, but the bearing ring is actually rotating on the shaft that's holding this on. It's not a nut and bolt holding it on. It's actually kind of strange. Let's go ahead and take it off. I've not seen this before. So it's got like its D-ring here. And it just kind of welded on into place. Oh, look, the bearing just fell out. So bearings aren't tightly fitted. I forgot to mention that. See this bearing? Let's put it back in there and, give it a benefit of the doubt. Make sure it's in there. Oh, It just fell out. I guess it's my fault. Must be something I'm doing. So, being that said, now it don't spin smoothly. I can tell you why. He's actually got one that actually fits in there, barely. But you see the grinding of this, or the discoloration? It's matching here. It's where the pulley is dragging on the shaft, right here. So literally, this should be bored out in the center a lot further so the bearings are not dragging. He just has it big enough barely to fit in through, which, you know, this bearing seems to fit pretty well, but most of them don't. That one don't. That's pretty obvious. But yeah, I guess we could run on this one bearing here. But again, if you grab the bearing and roll it, it don't spin good. It spins fine and free on the shaft though. Let's take a look at that shaft. See how it just keeps spinning on the shaft? You grab it and it don't spin that great. But on the shaft, it just sits there and rotates. Look, it's not true though. But all the other ones was like that as well. Just pretty much a nightmare piece of trash. Let's put our floppy bearing in. All right, let's tighten our floppy bearing down and move on to the next part that I have worked on. Now, when I ordered this from him, I said I want 3 tool arms, and I got one that was black. Okay. So here's the tool arm that he gave me after I complained about it. It's not painted or nothing, which not really that big a deal. My biggest problem is this bolt is crooked as a dog's leg. It is crooked. So when you put it on here, oh, and you know, and when he cuts his arms, you know, you see how far it goes in. It don't even go halfway in. It don't go halfway in. Look at that. That is awesome freaking quality sanders. That is how you do it. Same way with this one. This is where you would assume it would fit. So let's put our sander belt on there. All right, so I would need it about here. Let's mark it. It don't go all the way through. It just don't. And one more thing about this pipe. Well, it's just a big floppy donkey pecker. It's a big floppy donkey wiener. Let's see. This is where we button down. Let's stick it back here like that. This wheel is tilted inward towards that direction, which provides the tracking to always fall off. So you can see we're 1 inch in here. Now we got this tracking adjuster, which didn't come with any tools. This machine didn't have any tools to adjust it, mind you. Here's our arm, and a tracking device is supposed to take the wheel and turn it left or right, I'm guessing. Now, this is going to look different from his because, well, it is different. I had to put this on my lathe and then turn it down true on the inside and the outside because it was out of round. So it would shake the whole machine if I put power on my motor, and the belt would fly off. So if you try to adjust the belt, the wheel literally pushes up, right? But it also pushes the whole thing to the side. So that means when this is rotating and staying in place, this is literally moving out of place. So it's literally moving out of place. So let's try to bring it in here. So that is as far as it goes in. Okay. Now let's see if we can track it. Now it's pushing against the motor because of the bolt holes are crooked as well. So I'm going to have to adjust the motor itself. I got it set up where I can try to finish and adjust everything. So now at the top here, it's going in. It's staying on the wheel, so it's going in on both the back sides. Let's try to reduce it and make it tilt down. That way it goes this way. Oh, that's right. I forgot. We can't reduce it because it's all the way out. So basically this bolt that is adjusting the tilt arm, you see that? Isn't doing a damn thing. That's the quality you get with Quality Sanders. This is a fantastic machine. It's where you get the best equipment. So now, if you want to know how to get you one of these pieces of shit Quality Sanders, you go to Facebook and look up Quality Sanders or Shop Made Sanders on Facebook. These are the pinnacle of the reason why manufacturing has went to China. Because people work in their garages, they make you drive an hour and a half to come make a down payment for a $275 machine, and then an hour and a half to come back and pick it up later. Now, I offered to give him a real good review on YouTube. But the review is the review. I paid the exact price that he told me to pay for a new one. And this is supposed to be new. Nothing here worked. The motor pulley, which if you look in the previous video, it wasn't true, it wasn't on the shaft. And he was driving it without a key. So he didn't want to buy a brooch or even consider getting a brooch so he can make his own pulleys, which they're like $40 for a brooch. So you can make your own keys. I mean, if you're a machine shop, you should have a brooch. Now I don't have a brooch, but I'll be getting them soon. I'm not a super big fan of what he's doing here. There is one benefit to what he's done for me, and that's why I'm not sending it back. It comes with a D-plate. So what I'll do is I'll copy it and improve on the design for the other sanders I'm going to make for my kids. Because my kids want to do forged and fire knives. I still have yet to make a knife. But I'm preparing to start a billet. I got some 5160 spring steel, And I've got this here. Had this here for a long time. Probably about 2 months. And I've been trying to get a hold of a high quality sander. And, well, I got a quality sander, but it wasn't a high quality sander. If you want it, search Facebook for high quality sanders. I'm sure he'll send you in the shittiest direction of getting a sander in the first place. But yeah, nothing here was prepared. Nothing here worked out of the box. And no, there wasn't a box. It was just a big piece of shit. Guess I'll just sand on it like this.